Life has a way of testing us in ways we never expect. One moment, you're standing under the sun, basking in warmth, and the next, you're lost in an endless night. But even the darkest nights give way to the brightest dawns. This is the story of Ayan, a story of love, heartbreak, pain, and ultimately self-discovery. Ayan was a 24-year-old dreamer, a painter who saw the world in colors most people never noticed. His canvas was his escape, his way of capturing emotions words could never express. But beyond art, he believed in love, the kind that made life feel like poetry. And for a while, he thought he had found it in Mira. She wasn't just beautiful, she was a melody that lingered in his mind long after she was gone. The way she tucked her hair behind her ear, the way her laughter danced in the air, it all became part of him. They met in college, their first conversation nothing more than the borrowing of a pencil. But sometimes, the smallest moments carry the greatest weight. She had looked at him, eyes curious and warm, and something inside him shifted. One evening, under a sky ablaze with orange and violet, he took her to their favorite spot, a quiet lake where the world faded away. The air smelled of damp earth and the soft rustle of trees. The water reflected the sky, as if the universe had split open just for them. Mira looked at him, brows slightly furrowed. "Why are we here, Ayan?" He swallowed hard. His heart pounded against his ribs as he reached into his pocket, fingers curling around the small velvet box. "Mira," he whispered, voice thick with emotion. "You are my universe. Every brush stroke, every color, every dream, it's all you. Will you be my forever?" For a second, she just stared. Then a small, broken gasp escaped her lips. Tears welled in her eyes as she covered her mouth. She nodded. "Yes, Ayan. 1,000 times, yes." His fingers trembled as he slipped the ring onto her finger, and for a moment, time stood still. It felt like a fairy tale, but fairy tales don't always have happy endings. Months passed, and love painted their lives in the brightest shades. They planned a future together, travels, an art studio, a life filled with adventure. But love, as Ayan would soon learn, doesn't always mean forever. The cafe smelled of roasted coffee beans and warm cinnamon, but Ayan barely noticed. Mira sat across from him, her fingers nervously tracing the rim of her coffee cup. "Ayan," she began, voice barely above a whisper. "I need to tell you something." Ayan felt the ground shift beneath him. "What is it?" She took a breath, her shoulders rising and falling in slow hesitation. Then she met his gaze, and he knew. "I think we need to end this." His heart stopped. The cafe around him blurred, voices melting into distant murmurs. "What? Mira? What are you saying?" She swallowed hard, eyes darting away. "I don't feel the same anymore." Ayan let out a breath, sharp, disbelieving. "That's not true. We love each other. We have plans, dreams. How can you just walk away?" Mira's lips trembled. Sometimes love isn't enough. Ayan's hands curled into fists beneath the table. His chest tightened, the air around him thinning. "Tell me the truth," he whispered. "Did I do something wrong? His voice broke. "Did I love you too much?" Tears slipped down Mira's cheek. She reached for his hand but stopped herself. "You are wonderful, Ayan, but I feel like I'm losing myself in this, and I don't want to resent you for it one day." He wanted to scream, to beg her to stay, but the look in her eyes told him it was already over. That night, Ayan walked home in the rain. Each drop blended with the tears streaming down his face, his heart replaced with an aching void. Days turned to weeks, but time had lost all meaning. Ayan stopped painting, stopped smiling, stopped existing. His once vibrant room became a graveyard of abandoned canvases. The air smelled stale, like forgotten dreams. Was I not enough? He asked the empty room. Did she ever love me at all? Nights were the worst. He would stare at the ceiling, memories of Mira playing like a cruel movie in his mind. Her laughter, her touch, her promises. And now, nothing. Depression crept in like an unwelcome shadow, whispering, "You're worthless. You'll never be happy again." One night, sitting on his rooftop, he stared at the endless city lights. A terrifying thought crossed his mind. What if I just disappear? Then his phone buzzed. A message from Rohan, his childhood friend. "Ayan, I know you're hurting. Please, just come out tomorrow. Let's talk." Ayan wanted to ignore it, but something in him, a tiny broken piece, told him to go. Maybe, just maybe, life wasn't completely over. The next day he met Rohan at the park. The air smelled of fresh rain, the kind that makes the world feel new. Rohan didn't ask how he was. Instead, he handed him a blank canvas and a set of paints. "Paint, Ayan," he said. "Let your pain speak." Ayan hesitated. It had been months since he had touched a brush, but slowly he dipped it into color and let it touch the canvas. Stroke by stroke, his pain took shape. Chaos, darkness, beauty. For the first time in months, something inside him stirred. From that day, Ayan chose to fight. It wasn't easy. Some nights he still dreamed of Mira's touch. Some mornings, the ache returned like an old wound reopening. But he kept going, one step at a time. Months later, he stood at his first solo art exhibition. People admired his work, their eyes filled with emotion. His pain, his journey, it was now something others could see, something that gave them hope. A journalist approached him. "Your paintings, they speak of heartbreak, of struggle, of healing. What inspired them?" Ayan looked at his most cherished piece, a shattered heart with golden cracks. "Pain," he said, "but more than that, the courage to heal." So friends, this is our today's video. If you like this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and see you in another video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.